What's up,
What's up?
observers?
It's 9 o'clock at night.
Happy Wednesday. How you doing?
So good.
Yeah. Well, honestly,
Hopefully you're listening to this on Wednesday.
well,
If
That's
not,
when it comes out.
I mean, they can listen to it whenever.
Yeah,
Hopefully
they
they're
can.
just listening to it.
happy day that you're listening. I hope whatever day you're listening to this podcast,
It'll get
it's just the best day. And if it's kind of a shit day so far, I hope it gets better just by listening to this.
Because you're listening to us.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this podcast.
bring a little smile to your face. We know we're kind of dumb, but you know what?
Never. Dumb?
Well, actually,
us?
It's funny that we're now at the point that we're calling ourselves dumb. When we started this podcast, we were like, we're just a casual
Genius.
cackle of geniuses.
What
Well,
a
I-
ridiculous tagline.
I think that the people that have actually listened to us have listened to us enough. Like, yeah, there's no way
They're-
these guys are
yeah.
geniuses.
We're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes right now.
Yeah,
Well,
but
maybe. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we do have a lot of lying built into the show. So,
It's just whether or not people are gullible enough to believe it. I don't think our observers are gullible, though. They're smart people.
they're
Yeah. I mean, they're not as gullible as you.
yeah.
Hey. I'm not near as gullible as I used to be.
We get, yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
have broken me of that for sure.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
definitely, we've gotten you to believe some
Some
things.
real dumb stuff.
But yeah, you are catching on. You don't believe near as much as
Yeah, when
you
we
used
first
to.
met you,
I'm much more
ooh.
skeptical. You've turned me into a skeptic.
Yeah, a cynic.
Well, I hope you guys are all doing well. I've had the busiest week. There's just so much going on at work, and then midweek, it gets hot, and so I'm like, okay, well,
A little warm.
turn on my AC because I had to turn on the AC since I moved into my house,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts short cycling.
Oh, no.
So I turn it off. I'm like, okay. So I call a guys can't come out until the end of the week. I'm like, okay. So those next couple nights were
Miserable. And the days, because I just have to sleep in the daytime. It's awful.
Yeah, and I mean, so we just had the fans going the whole day. At night,
Windows
we would
open.
open the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Daytime,
Okay.
all the curtains are shut. We're just trying to no
Yeah.
sun. Like vampires.
Right. And so a guy came out and looked at it, and I mean, so my house is pretty old, but the AC unit is like 15, 20 years old.
Dang.
And so the more he got digging into the AC unit, like every little thing, he was like he thought it was just going to come in and be like this quick fix. And now I've got to replace my whole AC system.
Oh, no.
So
That's expensive.
So,
it is expensive.
guys, go get your ACs checked out before it gets real hot. Like, luckily, it's not super hot yet. It's only been like 85, which isn't terrible. It just feels terrible because it's springtime and we're not used to it.
And it's a little stuffy in the house. But
Yeah. So go get that worked over. All the springtime maintenance
For
you
the
need to
summer
do.
heat.
Yeah, if you're looking for some advice from third-party observers, that's it.
Yeah.
Go
Advice
get your AC
of
checked
the day.
because in the house that John and I used to live in, the AC went out a few times in midsummer.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
And thankfully, our landlord would send people out to fix it like that day, and it wasn't usually like it didn't take much to fix it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be like get up to like 85 in the house.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that happened when I moved into this house that we're in right now, and it took them a couple days, and it was June when I moved in, so it was hot. But thankfully, the guy who was working on it had a window unit that he put in my bedroom, so I just hung out in my bedroom the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it was blazing hot in the rest of the house.
Yeah, depending on when they can come in and install a new system, I might have to do that. I mean, it is going to be cooler next week, so or which I guess if you're listening,
it's this week.
But I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Hey, any HVAC sponsors out there that want to sponsor the podcast?
Local business supporting local business.
Go ahead and message us. Twitter at Party Observers, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Third Party Observers. We'll be looking for that.
Get some AC up in the house.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I don't know where we're gonna find a sponsor for ACs or HVAC sponsors, but I tell you what, I know where we can sponsor or promote this podcast.
Where?
Where?
On Instagram, you know that guy that always comments.
Oh, my
Empire,
Oh,
Empire podcast or
Emperor
something.
Records?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything we post on Instagram, within seconds, there are like
I don't know how he knows.
2 or 3 people that just automatically go, promoted on Emperor Records. Promoted. So then we had, one of our friends comment on it the other day that was like, promoted on Emperor Records. Good times. But, I mean, as difficult or busy as a week as it was, I feel like it ended on a pretty good note. We had the NFL draft.
Yeah.
It's still going on. Unfortunately, didn't see any Oklahoma State players get.
Well, no
drafted?
Big 12 players went in the first round.
Yeah.
Shout out Zayvon Collins from Tulsa.
Tulsa.
And Hominy. I think he's from Hominy, Oklahoma.
Hominy.
So going in the first round to the Cardinals. So that's super exciting. I always like to see like kids from Oklahoma and stuff, even if they didn't play from OSU.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and they, on social media, they've been playing like clips of his phone call with the Arizona Cardinals, and he's just like, "Let's effing go! Like, we're gonna go effing kill him!" Like, I mean, he's so pumped. He's like,
pumped,
"I'm just gonna go and wreck havoc on everybody else."
And that's what you want from an outside linebacker.
Right.
Just wreck havoc.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Or is it wreak havoc or wreck havoc?
Who cares?
Reek. There's an A in there.
I mean, yeah, you can do it.
Is it kind of like
it's two
potato,
different
potato?
words. Well,
tomato,
yeah.
tomato.
You can wreak havoc, but I'm wrecking havoc, which is double the havoc.
It seems like it might be, that's like a double negative, so it's also like, oh, there's no havoc to be had here.
I'm wrecking havoc.
Here you go, Mr. Player. I will set you down nicely.
Well, he's concerned about
He's no Bobby Boucher.
He don't want to give anybody a concussion.
Yeah.
Well, we got a fun podcast for you today.
Sure do.
I'm gonna play another round of True Confessions, and then we're gonna go back to school. We got a bunch of new topics for Professor Lawler to provide us
also,
lessons on.
Shout out Greg and Patty, Amy's aunt and uncle. They just fed us dinner, and we were supposed to shout them out. So they didn't want us to give out their address, which I couldn't tell you that anyways because I don't know.
We don't know it.
But I know where they live.
Yeah.
Which is, important. So we had burgers. They were really good.
Yeah, they were good.
Dessert.
And dessert.
Yeah, we had some dump cake.
Yeah.
Yum.
It was good.
Tastes better than it sounds.
Yeah.
If you don't know what dump cake is.
Well, I was thinking about it. I think they get the name because you just kind of dump the cake mix into the pan with
mix it up.
I don't think you mix it up with like the vegetable or not the vegetables because that'd be disgusting. Oh, speaking of vegetables, Stan, did you know the top rack on the grill is called the vegetable rack and it's not called
a hot dog tray?
It's not called a hot dog tray.
Well, I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know it was a vegetable rack. I thought it was like
a hot
if
dog
you were
tray?
trying to keep stuff warm.
Yeah, warming rack,
Above
hot dog
the-
rack,
It's for vegetables?
bun toasting rack.
It's for vegetables. It's called the vegetable. We had some friends over who are a lot
Interesting.
more healthy than us.
Yeah,
So
They
more
eat
healthy.
vegetables.
Yeah. They know what vegetables are.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts and asparagus.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, no, that's what it's called. And we're like, what? It's not called.
Interesting.
We thought it was called the hot dog rack. I've
Yeah.
only ever cooked hot dogs and toasted buns.
I know how to burn buns up there. I'm real good at that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, let's get into the show.
All right. Well, we're going to play another round of True Confessions. We all have written in our new responses. I don't even remember if the last ones we did were truths or lies. So it's really going to be
Up in the air.
up in the air. John, I think you've never started this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to pick
Yeah.
me? Okay.
all right.
So graceful.
Yeah. That is when you think John and Austin, you think Grace. All right. Okay, so when I was living in Chandler, so we would burn our pastures and like burn off brush and stuff and like try to get things to
Prescribed
grow.
burns.
Yeah. Grow back greener. So one time I was doing this, it got out of control and we had to call the fire department because we burned about 40 of our acres.
Jeez. When you have 80 acres, you
You
burn
had-
half of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. That's, I mean, you want to burn like on a rotation. I know some people do like a third every year and do a 3-year rotation.
Oh, it was not on purpose.
How old were you?
I was probably 12-ish.
Were you in charge of the burn?
No.
Did you have? How were you trying to put it out? Did you have like water buckets that you were?
No. So like before, you know, it was kind of muddy out because it kind of rained, and so we had kind of like put it wasn't so much of a trench as like moat, yeah, kind of where it wasn't supposed to be able to jump the fire, and then like we had,
but it jumped.
It kind of jumped. It got like it got out of control real quick.
Was it like pretty dry outside?
I think so.
At what point did you call the fire department?
I don't know. Like when we realized, oh shoot, this is bad.
It's real bad, so bad.
Who all was there? Who all was involved?
Me and my brothers.
Were you directed to do it, or were you just like, let's go light the field on fire?
I think it's kind of one of those things where we might have just been goofing off.
Did you have a campfire in the Pack 40?
It wasn't.
So you're really just framing this as a prescribed burn when it was very irresponsible to begin with.
Yeah,
that's more believable.
I was.
But you said it had rained a lot the night before.
Well, not the night
and
before,
then it was
but
muddy.
Not the night before, but like the ground holds moisture pretty well, especially like in wooded and areas and whatnot. So like I don't know how soon it had rained when we did it, but it was muddy-ish.
So I thought you were in a pasture. You're burning in a wooded area?
Pastures have trees and stuff.
Okay.
I know what my guess is.
What do you think? What's your guess?
I think it's true. I think it's very true. Sounds like something John and his family would do.
Yeah. I'm going to go false.
Yeah. Well, it is true.
Yeah!
I wasn't really involved in it that much. That's why I
couldn't give specifics.
Yeah, because I honestly don't know how old I was, but my two middle brothers were kind of in charge of it, and I think it's really Seth. Shout out Seth. But we had to call the fire department because it did get out of control.
Were your parents home?
I think my mom was. She was not happy.
Did it get close to the house?
No,
Good.
I don't think so. But
I know she'd be pissed.
Yeah. But it's pretty funny. Like,
I mean, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
That 40-acre fire, that's a big fire.
So how close did it get to your house?
I don't know. I mean, it was in what we called the back 40. So like,
were you involved at all?
I was out there.
Did you light the fire?
No. I wasn't trusted that much.
He was only 12.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know if I was 12. It was a long time ago. Like the other, speaking,
I feel like there's a lot of fabrication in this story.
Like it happened, but maybe the details are made up.
Yeah. Anyways, it made me feel old the other day. I saw these kids were graduating from like college and high school, and I was like, I saw these, like I know these kids, and I was like, dang, I'm old. Like I didn't like.
You know, when
they're like kids, like
first grade,
Chandler.
Yeah, and I've known them for a while.
You know, man.
Well, you're old.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, I'm old.
You gonna go through a midlife crisis?
No.
If you went through a midlife crisis, what would it be?
If you went through a midlife crisis now, that's not good.
Yeah.
Quarter life crisis.
If I shave my head, I don't know.
What's wrong with that, John?
What
are you trying to say, John?
I mean, he could be in a quarter life crisis right now, growing out his hair.
True.
Yeah. Who knows?
You gonna keep it mullet-ish when you cut your hair?
Nah.
All right, Austin.
All
Here we
right.
go.
Probably just gonna go for that clean cut look, real basic.
He's unfolding the paper.
Okay. I once threw up on a friend at the state fair.
First of all, you hate the state fair.
Yeah.
What state fair food had you eaten?
I mean, probably all the fried stuff.
Was it like after you rode a ride?
What's the
Funnel
thing?
cake?
Funnel cake. I didn't like corn dogs, so it wouldn't have been that.
You like corn dogs?
He doesn't like
I don't
corn.
like corn dogs.
What?
Corn dogs are disgusting.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I also don't like
Corn dogs are delicious.
They are
ketchup, but
delicious.
no.
You don't have to put
I know you
mustard
can.
on it.
Yeah, it's so. We're getting away from the point. Corn dogs are gross.
Bring
but-
it back in.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was younger in my life when I was probably 6 or 7. Childhood best friend,
Oh, so you're
Travis.
pretty young.
Yeah. And I would go with him and his dad. Sometimes his mom would come, but mostly I remember it being his dad. And you could like, I guess you could bring like the Dr. Pepper cans or whatever and get like half off your tickets.
Okay.
So I feel like we would always bring those so that we could get in cheaper. And then we'd buy the rides pass because Travis really liked the rides. And he liked the spinny ones.
Ooh,
I
the
didn't-
best ones.
I didn't.
Ugh.
bleh.
Blech. Austin and I don't like rides, and we don't like the spinny ones.
They're
Yeah.
so much fun though.
So
To throw up.
as you can see, we're leading to something, which is, I didn't want to, I would go on the rides
Yeah.
too, but
Yeah. As you
at
do.
first of all, the fair is just they should move it back a month where it's not so hot.
You mean move it forward a month?
No,
Oh, back. Yeah,
Move
no,
it
you're
to
right.
October.
October. Yeah.
where it's not as hot so that you don't have all this fried, greasy food coursing through your body and then it's super hot and then you're riding around in spinny rides. So the ride I remember it being was the one, you don't like go up in the air or anything, but it's just like, it's spinny, but it's just like you're in a cart and you're,
Oh, like the teacup one.
no, it's not like that spinny.
Is it the one where you like jump up on the walls?
No, that one is all. Oh my
It's-
god.
it's-
Those are so cool.
It's built
I
like
hate
a
it.
roller coaster.
Oh.
But it literally only goes in a circle, but it's like, it goes up and down, but it's a circle the whole time.
Oh.
I don't know if that, I can't.
I have
See,
no
okay,
idea what you're talking
Okay.
about.
Does
Here-
it have kind of like? Is it like on ropes and it kind of goes in the air and just you go?
No, it didn't go in the air. Okay.
You just said it was like a roller coaster.
Yeah, well, okay, but like the cart.
calling
The cart
horseshit.
was the roller coaster. So how
He doesn't even know what ride he rode.
But it's so strangely specific.
So how I remember the roller coaster
Yeah.
it looking is like like the conveyor belts at an airport that you put your luggage on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's how like the ride looked. But then like you've got the
It's
cart.
actually just a little kiddie ride. You.
I mean, I was a little kid,
It
but
wasn't even like. It's probably something like 4-year-olds go on.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it was one that like adults went on and it went
Yeah,
fast.
with their kids.
But I mean, it had enough force on it that it would like throw or like push you with the G forces or whatever to like the side of the car. If that makes sense. But it wasn't like up or down where you're like getting jerked side to side. But it's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
a lot. It's like a merry-go-round, but
Carousel.
on steroids. I'm gonna have to look up what this ride is because
I have no idea what you're talking about. Man.
I
Regardless,
I was telling
spun
you
around
guys
a lot.
before the podcast that I was having trouble with words.
You are. It's
So-
okay.
Well, we
We
just
all
got
have those
pulled
days.
over for for calf ride.
Yeah, calf fries in Stillwater, and so they've got just routine, sobriety checks.
You don't know what calf fry is. It's a big concert and a
Right.
bunch of
Drunk
rednecks
people.
come out and
Drink beer.
drink beer,
and then
dance.
get in a car and drive.
Yeah. So all
field
the
day for cops.
all the cops have a bunch of stops in the middle of town.
Yeah.
Not
Luckily,
middle of town, but
well, and we found both of them. Like we found 2 of them. They said, well, because when we were at Patty and Greg's, they said, "Don't go on these roads."
Yeah, and we went
down
right on those
the road, right where they said not to go.
as you do. This is the way I want to go.
But it was really funny because the officer has stopped us, was asking Austin questions, and he spoke just fine to the officer because he hadn't had anything to drink. But then as
You had a
soon
glass
as
of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
One
forgot
glass.
about that, and I told the officer I didn't have
Yeah.
anything. So
it wasn't
fine.
even a full glass. It was like
Yeah.
it wasn't a lot, enough to you could still drive.
Yeah.
Wasn't not buzz driving because that's
No.
drunk driving.
Yeah.
Shout out OHP, whatever. That's our commercial. But anyways, as soon as we get done with he gets done and we pull forward, Austin immediately starts stumbling and slurring his words.
Oh no.
because I said something. I was literally trying to say, well, because you asked like, what is he looking for? Because all they do is ask for like your ID and where you're going.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, they're probably trying to see if I'm slurring my speech or anything. But when I said slurred speech, I was like spurtly. And I was like, well, I'm glad
This
I
is not
didn't
boding well.
talk like that at the
The stop.
the
Yeah.
stop.
That's fantastic.
Anyway, back on point. I threw up on my friend Travis. Maybe that's why I don't like the fair so much, but that's.
I mean, I think you learned a valuable lesson
don't go on spinning rides.
right after you eat a bunch of funnel cakes.
I think it's probably.
I think that this is also true because he doesn't know what the ride is, but it was so strangely specific on all the little details.
Yeah, I don't.
Like either he's just an incredible liar,
Which
I know he kind of is. Well, not I don't know about incredible,
I
but
don't know how I feel about that.
he's a pretty good liar.
I'm really good at this game. You know?
but I think it's true.
I'm gonna say false.
It is false.
No! Oh, he got me. So
I
were you
believe
just
you-
making up some random ride and you don't actually know what it is,
I
or was
believe
it
you
an actual
threw up,
ride?
but you probably didn't throw up on your friend.
No, I never threw up.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Strong stomach.
So disappointing.
Okay, while you guys are doing the rest, I'll
Alright.
try to figure out.
What that ride was. Okay. It is my turn.
Not that. What that looks terrible.
I once got a crayon stuck in my nose and had to have it medically removed.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. I don't even have to ask
Yeah,
questions.
You're not even going to ask questions?
No.
Mm.
If it's a lie, it's because I feel like he's told us that he's
Yeah.
gotten something stuck up his
I
nose
feel like
before.
he has too. I feel like I remember something about that.
And that's why he's got like messed up nasal cavity.
Yeah.
No offense.
Well, it's true. I can't hardly breathe out of my nose.
Yeah.
I can't smell.
Oh, but maybe he broke his nose. No, I think he wedged something.
I think he wedged something up in there.
Yeah.
His nose isn't crooked.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's been broken. I think he's wedged something up in there as well.
What color was it?
Green.
Like a little booger.
Why'd you do it?
I was just really young. I didn't know
How
what I was
young
doing.
were you?
Like 3.
Hmm.
When do you start drawing with crayons?
I still think it's
I
true.
don't. I no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Well, it is in fact false.
Have you? I thought you because your nose is.
I
messed up.
had an injury to it's. I have a deviated septum, but it's because I fell off a bike and landed on my face into the concrete.
That's right. That's the story.
I had some crazy injuries when I was a kid. That was one of them, but it screwed up my nose because I have a deviated septum, and it knocked out one of my teeth. Luckily, it was a baby tooth, but it also broke this palate right underneath my nose.
Yeah.
And because of that, I swallow weird. I push my tongue against the sides of my mouth instead of the front of my mouth. And so over time, it like pushes my molars out, so my molars don't actually touch in the back. Oh, it's really obnoxious.
That's the story because we've heard that story, but I
Yeah.
thought it was the crayon.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. Got them both.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need this anymore.
Well,
All right, what does that bring us to? Is that a lesson from Lawler?
we're there.
We are here.
Okay. And we've got all new ones.
I'm so
I
excited for
guess,
these.
should you show John or should we just wait?
We should show John.
Or should we just let
All
it be a
right,
surprise?
I'll read them off so everyone can see. We've got hip hop. We've got osmosis. We've got Bill Cosby. Brain freeze. And my personal favorite, OnlyFans. I want to see how John explains OnlyFans. All right, here we go. Are you ready, John?
Yeah.
John's ready.
So,
Oh my gosh.
He got Bill Cosby.
All right, you've got 60 seconds.
explain Bill Cosby. Well, we used to think that he was a really great guy. Turns out he's what a terrible, terrible person. Yeah. So everyone knows him from the Cosby Show. Turns out he also likes to molest women, and that's not good. It's not funny. Don't laugh. He's an awful person. And it's funny because, well, the funny thing is, like, he portrayed his character like so wholesome and things like. So whenever they wanted maybe to do something a little risque on the show,
Yeah.
and the risque for like the 80s, so it wasn't even that bad. He was like, no, we can't do that. Turns out, while he's just being an awful human being. And so really, honestly, it's a name that history can forget. Because he sucks.
Which is so sad because I loved the Cosby Show back in the day. That was a great show.
Yeah, and now you can't watch it.
What? How far back do the allegations go? Is it like his whole career?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't know anything about it either, but
And now he's
I just remember it was a sad day.
he's dead.
Yeah.
So
Is he dead?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna look it up.
I think you might be right.
I mean, when he went to prison, he was
He was
close
pretty
to
old.
death.
I
Like,
mean,
he
it
looked
didn't come out
awful.
until he was like really old already.
Yeah, but he looked awful when he went to prison. Which,
Yeah. An unfortunate turn of events.
yeah.
I don't see a death on here.
No, I guess he's still alive. Well, so he can go die. We don't care.
Curl up in a ball and die, Bill Cosby.
Can you do a Cosby impression?
I cannot.
You don't even want to try it?
No, because I can't really even think about what he sounds like. Like, I'd have to hear a clip of him in order to be able to probably do it.
Hey, Rudy. That was real bad.
Got the
That was so bad. Got the pudding.
Got the pudding.
Yeah.
That's the only line I know from.
Yeah. Pudding.
Yeah, he just said pudding all the time.
Yeah.
We're really good at impressions, guys.
Well,
Well, what are you gonna do? We can't
Hopefully
be.
we
We can't
don't-
be experts at everything.
hopefully we don't get canceled for bringing
can
up
we?
Bill Cosby.
Well, we didn't say good things about him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's so easy to get canceled nowadays.
Bill Cosby sucks.
It does suck.
All right. Well, let's move on. So that's gonna take us into our draft,
Bring it on.
and we've got another battle royale.
My favorite.
Yeah, I'm so bad. I don't think I've even come in second on one of these. I'm terrible.
You're the
at it.
worst.
Yeah, we should look. I mean, we have a record of who wins them, but we should go back and look and see who which ones people typically win.
Yeah.
So this draft, it is a battle royale. Imagine yourself in a coliseum, and today we are drafting our gladiators, and they have to be bad guys from Hollywood without superpowers.
Right.
So
Powerless.
and that also includes like supernatural beings. So that means no wizards, no witches, no ghouls, no goblins.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess technically goblins would be fine. I think that's what we. No, they're magical, right?
Are they just like greedy little mountain people?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even super sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought orcs were mountain people.
I don't know.
Are orcs and goblins the same?
No. Orcs come from like.
Orcs are like reanimated dead
Aren't
people,
they?
aren't they?
No.
All right, bring the
They're
lesson
elves.
from Lawler thing back up.
No, orcs are. Remember in Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
he
I-
dug them up from the ground, so they're
Yeah, because they used to be.
That's
I
Orcai.
think they used to be elves. Oh.
Orcai are the ones that they come from the ground. Orcs are,
bad guy elves.
yeah,
Okay.
fallen elves.
We're a bunch of nerds.
But we're not because we really don't know.
Which seems to be about how most of our discussions
Yeah.
go. Where we're just
Yeah.
like, well,
Wild speculation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, John, you've got the first pick. So
Okay.
let us know who your top.
Number one overall pick, Terminator.
Which one?
There's
You're
more-
taking the Arnold Schwarzenegger one?
I didn't realize there was more.
So you're
than-
taking the T700?
No, I'm taking T5000.
Are you picking a
You
different
don't
one?
even
Austin?
know what the numbers are.
Did you just make up a number?
All right. Well, John gets the Terminator, the Arnold Terminator,
Okay.
and we'll figure out what
Get
the
to
actual
the
number
chopper.
is. All right. Quality pick.
I feel like there's probably like a different Terminator that Austin wants.
All right, Stan.
Let's see. I think Terminator was a good one. I'm going to go with Bane.
Bane has superpower.
No, he's not.
Yeah, it does.
No, he's not.
Yeah, it does.
No, he's not. What's his superpower?
So if you...
Well, in the comic books, I think he has superpowers. In the movies, he does not.
In the movie, that's what I was
It
going off of.
doesn't show it, but he like takes a serum, and that's how he gets like so
It's not
incredibly
superpower.
strong.
It's just a serum. It's fine.
Is he
Well, then
super
fine.
strong?
Hulk doesn't have powers either. It's not a serum. He's
I
just
didn't know
super
Bane
strong
had
and
a-
big and green.
He had a serum?
In the
Yeah.
comics, he does.
Yeah.
I'm going off
I mean, so
movie
I
Bane.
I looked it all up because he would have been my first fighter as Bane, but he has superpowers.
So no on Bane.
No one Bane.
Ah, this is so upsetting. My list is already really small. Okay, fine. Then I will pick Ra's al Ghul Sticking with my Batman theme.
So
Okay. He's a
Because
ninja assassin.
Yeah, ninja martial artist assassin. He's really crafty.
Yeah.
Is he immortal?
yeah.
No! No! Oh, I'm so screwed. I specifically looked up villains without powers, and both of them were on there.
You didn't do thorough enough research.
I didn't think I needed to.
I mean, I don't know.
Because all he's doing is like martial artsy stuff. It's fine.
If we're going off the movie versions, he doesn't have superpowers.
And neither does Bane.
But we're not going off. Apparently, we're not going off them. We're being really hard on this one.
Listen.
Listen, we've cut you a lot of slack in
the
previous
past.
draft.
Okay. No, not exactly.
Come up with your.
I'm not gonna have the list, guys. All right, I guess Deadshot.
Okay.
He just shoots people with
that's good.
guns.
Yeah, he does not have powers.
Yeah.
He is just an incredible shot.
Yep. That works.
I'm counting how many I have left. Not enough. I'm starting Googling over here.
You'll think of some.
What?
Oh my
You'll think of
God.
some. You've got. Well, I'll try to explain my picks pretty thoroughly.
Okay.
That
Well,
way
let
you
me
got some
explain
time.
Deadshot. Okay, so I mean, he just doesn't miss. He just shoots everything, and so I'm going to shoot everybody that you bring up.
Yeah, that's
So you
true.
don't have superpowers, so you're not bulletproof.
Except that I have Terminator, who is apparently bulletproof. Well, he's not.
They killed the Terminators with guns.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
Sarah Connor kicks all their asses with guns.
Yeah. I'll
Nah.
put it right in
Yeah.
your red eyeball.
Nah.
Dead.
Yeah, I mean that's how.
Every time they get shot,
and-
they just keep coming back.
That's because they're machines. They just keep building more.
No, like the Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was in the last Terminator that we watched,
Yeah.
and he was. It's like so. I don't think they die because they're
all right.
robots.
It's all right. This is not the argument though. We're not even on your pick. Okay, Deadshot. That's a great first pick. Stan.
Shut up.
Great first
Leave me
round
alone.
pick.
Okay, well, we said that it doesn't have to be humans, so I'm going with the Predator.
Yeah, he was on my list.
He's
He's
can-
good.
He has thermal vision. That's
thermal
superpower.
vision. He can. No, that's just his natural
What
state.
defines a superpower?
Where you have to take something to be more powerful.
Extra human.
Yeah. He can turn invisible. He's got these big
Claws.
swords
Hmm.
attached to his arms.
I think it's questionable.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, because it's your pick.
I mean, he's not. He's a creature.
He is a creature.
I don't like it.
He's not enhanced.
I don't like it. You don't
He
know
also
that.
has a
he
gun
could be
that-
the most enhanced of his species, and that's the one he got.
I
sent.
mean,
That's
he-
why he got
doesn't
sent.
Alien kill Predator in Alien vs Predator?
I don't know.
I know that they chop his head off in the last Predator movie.
Should I draft Alien right here?
No, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I've never seen Alien vs Predator.
You know what? I'm drafting Alien right here just because.
Screw you.
And that way, they're on the
No one
same
else can
side.
take it.
And no one else can kill Predator or Alien. They're on the same side. They're kicking all your butts.
They kill Predator in the movies.
Yeah, I know. They hunt them.
Yeah.
I should have drafted the Predator from the latest Predator. That was like, well, he was like an enhanced Predator. Like they,
The one with, what's his name?
Olivia
Peel-
Munn was in it. Yeah,
Keegan Michael Key.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Stan, did I give you enough time? Was Alien your last pick?
I'm sitting over here Googling just to make sure I can pick this stuff.
Oh, Stan.
Oh, no.
You can do it, man.
We believe in you. I don't, but maybe Austin does.
I believe in you, man. I think you can do it.
So, Deathstroke, Slade Wilson is
No.
the sword guy.
No superpowers. You can draft them.
Yes. Okay, so I got guns, I got swords. I'm going to mess you guys up.
No, because my next pick is going to kill you so hard.
Bring it on.
I'm taking Monster Zero from Godzilla. He doesn't have superpowers. He's a monster.
Which one is that? Is that?
The three-headed monster. That's Monster
Oh,
Zero.
okay. Oh, he's big.
He is big. He breathes fire. He has three heads.
And they
when
grow
you chop
back.
when you chop off a head, it comes back.
That is. Oof, that's. I think you might win with that one. You should have led with that.
Well, I thought I could pick them up later, so I just did it.
That's okay. If you guys haven't seen Godzilla, go watch Godzilla because it's great.
It is such a fun movie. Like, don't go watching it thinking, oh, this is like.
Should have been nominated for an Oscar. Definitely not.
But it is also maybe if you want to drink a little whiskey or beer while you're drinking it or while you're watching the movie, probably makes it better.
It's a good party movie.
It is very entertaining if you just want to see big monsters fight each other.
Yeah.
Okay, my third overall pick, I'm gonna go with Agent Smith from the.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No, Agent Smith from the blanking on the movies, The Matrix.
Aren't they like code or something?
Well, when you're in the Matrix, he's everywhere and he can replicate himself.
Are we in the Matrix?
Yeah.
I thought we were in the Coliseum. Because if the Coliseum is in the Matrix, then
there's a computer sitting in the corner, and that's Agent Smith.
No, he's fine.
I don't know. Well, because in the Matrix, he definitely has superpowers.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will not take him. It's fine.
he pivoted off that really.
I don't care.
Easy.
Well, it's fine.
I don't know enough to really say whether
He's like
he has
superhuman, and there's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah, because he just replicates himself every single time.
Right, like you and I can.
Yeah. Well, he's a robot. Then I'm gonna go with
No, he's
Megatron.
Megatron.
He's
Which
the
one's
bad
Megatron?
guy,
Oh,
main
yeah.
bad guy.
I was
from
thinking
the Transformers
Optimus
movies.
Prime,
Oh.
but
No, he's not Optimus
yeah,
Prime.
Megatron. Okay, you got a lot of big machines on yours.
Well, big machines do the best killing.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I went into this, I was definitely thinking more people until I obviously went Predator and Alien. But yeah, that's bad on us.
They're just, we didn't say humans, just bad guys.
Well, I can pivot, and my next pick is going to be Smaug from the Lord of the Rings. He's the dragon on Lord of the Rings.
Okay, good pick.
So I have one big, giant, fire-breathing lizard.
Yeah. Okay, that's good pivots. Good job, Sam.
I don't like that I have back-to-back picks here because I need time to think about my last pick.
All rats.
Okay.
All my picks are obsolete at this point. It's like they're all. Actually, there's one that I think I can turn the tide
now,
with.
like everything else on my list is like people, and I'm like, well, they've got no chance against a dragon, Megatron, and Monster Zero. Screw everybody else. If I drafted people, like it's just like, hey, do you want to go die?
It's a yummy snack from Monster Zero.
Okay, well,
Yeah, Monster Zero is gonna wreck everyone.
I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draft another Terminator, but I'm gonna draft the better Terminator. I'm drafting the T-1000, which is the one that when you shoot him, it's just like, and then he like goes back to normal.
I've only seen about half a Terminator movie.
Well, the T-1000 would. It's like he's Elastigirl, except he's metal.
Then how do they kill him?
But it's like, they end up throwing him in
A hot metal pit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense to melt him.
yeah, which makes me nervous around Smog and Monster Zero. But I don't know how hot their flames get, so I'm just gonna risk it because my other picks were like people, and so I at least know that he can withstand a little bit more than, for instance, Hannibal Lecter, which was on my list, but not anymore. Okay, well, my last one, bad guys without superpower. Now it has to be. They have to be the villain in the thing that everyone is against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Does it? But and it just has to be a living thing, right?
I feel like you're just trying to bend the rules real hard.
Well, I just wanted to know if I took.
I mean, Terminator's not a living thing.
That's true. But if I wanted to take the bacteria from Contagion,
No.
No.
I couldn't do that.
No.
It's living. It's a bad guy in the movie.
No.
Ah. All right.
It's not conscious.
Who cares?
Oh, I'm gonna.
We care.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I would just be like, you know what? I'm gonna take the zombie strain from, name any zombie
Ooh.
movie. You can't do that.
Yeah. Well, fine. I guess I've got to make a pick. So I'm going to. I'll take Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I felt so much better about that pick at the very beginning until all of these. Monster Zero will destroy the Coliseum in seconds.
Yeah.
It's so big. I mean, the whole thing of Godzilla is that they destroyed Tokyo.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come after him with my dragon, and I'll just
Yeah, you guys
burn him
fight
to
it out.
death.
My people will kill Deadshot, Deathstroke, and Terminator.
No,
and
they won't.
And
No.
I don't know about
They can
Megatron.
fend for themselves.
Deathstroke and Deadshot are definitely the first people to die.
No. Wait.
I mean, an alien could die quickly.
Yeah.
Predator at least has a chance because he's going to be invisible.
True.
So that's what I'm counting on.
Yeah.
There's no mud in the Coliseum, so no one's going to be able to,
All
hide
right.
themselves.
So I've you seen Tremors?
Nope.
I'm picking the worms from Tremors because they can hide underground and then just come up. and
Yeah.
by the way, they're called graboids.
Graboids.
I had to look it up because I didn't know.
I mean, I'll tell you, no one's going to have any idea what those are because it's going to be listed as graboids.
You have to put graboids from Tremors.
No, I don't.
Yes. Yes.
We don't do that for anything else.
Yeah, we do.
We do not.
We have in the past.
I don't think we
Yeah.
have. Stan, you're barely even on Twitter. You don't know.
No, they're called Tremor worms. Tremor worms.
Okay, Tremors used to be like anytime Tremors was on, which is a lot.
Yeah.
I would sit and watch it. I thought it was a super entertaining movie as a kid, and then I went back
It
and
is.
watched it as an adult, and I was like, "This is dumb.
I'm gonna come eat you when you least expect it.
Oh man.
This has."
This draft has devolved so poorly.
See, at first,
Oh.
like, okay, so John drafts Terminator. I'm like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you make two bad picks
Yep.
because,
Bad. They're
well, I
great
mean,
picks.
they would be great picks.
Well,
but-
not against freaking monsters.
Well, no, I'm talking about like Bane and Russell,
Yeah.
like they don't meet the
Criteria.
criteria of the draft. And I'm like, okay, this is going great. I at least have a chance to beat Stan. And then John just comes in with these like, I'm just going to draft these like giant monsters. And
Also, I don't know if his monsters can fit in the Coliseum.
they don't have to. They could just crush the Coliseum and then be on with their happy lives.
Okay.
Okay.
Go back to their movies.
You think he's gonna
So-
pick another giant monster?
So no, because I don't have any other giant monsters on my
Rats.
list. So, well, I do kind of have one. I was thinking about drafting Anaconda. Have you guys ever seen that? But I, don't
I have
really
seen
want
it,
to.
but it's just
Draft
a
it.
snake.
It's just a giant snake. I don't really want to do that.
Breakfast. For,
Shredder
for
would
a
shred
graboid.
that snake.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. I think. Well, my list is pretty much out. That's why I have to do this. I'm gonna go with the Mountain.
Yeah, he was third on my list, but then it was like, whoosh.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
That's
he's
a good
like
one.
he's like a dead zombie through most of the thing.
And even when he's not a dead zombie,
He's terrifying.
he's
Yeah.
humongous.
yeah.
Biggest man I've ever seen.
Yeah. So I think the only way that he died was well, spoiler alert.
In the
is
end of Game of Thrones
is
when
it
he's fighting
his brother.
which is the wolf.
Well, no, he died before that.
Why?
Because he came back as the zombie
yeah.
thing.
I'm
How
I'm
did he-
drafting the zombie type person.
Well, I'm just gonna write the mountain.
Okay,
People
that's
can interpret that however they want to interpret it.
Make sure you put Tremor worms.
Graboids. What a dumb name
yeah.
for. I'm like, they're just sitting in this room. They're like, what do we call these worm things in the ground? Let's call them graboids.
Graboids. That's what they do. They grab boys.
Wait, how is it spelled?
No, I was making a pun. It's
Oh,
Graboids.
that's so dumb.
Graboids.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but they're dangerous.
Stan, we don't stand a chance.
No, you don't. I might actually win.
Fight the power. I want everyone to rise against John. He changed the rules of the draft. Not really, but
I was like, how?
But the people don't know
I
that.
don't like it.
No, I never win these things. I'm terrible at fight drafts. In this one, I feel like I actually came up with something.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Well,
goodness.
okay, so my draft would have went a whole lot differently if
We're
we.
just picking people like people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the Mountain as like one of my top picks, Shredder as a top pick, because Shredder just he kicks the Ninja Turtles' ass.
Yeah.
Most of the time, and even Master Splinter kicks his ass too.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's a rat and
Three
four
turtles.
turtles, but
Yeah.
4 turtles, yeah.
See, I picked a lot of like Batman
yeah.
Yeah.
supervillains.
Bullseye.
Not supervillains,
Did you
but
have
Scarecrow was one of them because he just has that hallucinogen that he squirts in
Yeah.
people's faces and they don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
which he can't reach the giant monster, so it's not going to help. Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man.
Yep.
Mm.
I had Pennywise the Clown.
I had him on
No.
my list too. I wasn't sure if that was.
I wasn't sure what he was.
Yeah. I know you defeat him by not being
Yeah.
afraid.
Right. Which I'll tell you one thing: Monster Zero and Megatron would not be afraid
Negative.
of Little Clown.
Nope.
Unless they're like elephants
Just
and
step on him.
get
Squish.
afraid. I also had. I mean, you had to put the Joker on there.
Yeah, I had him.
He was on mine.
But
I
then,
Lex
I was
Luthor.
thinking, like, in a actual fight, if you don't like, okay, so you throw the Joker in there. He's got no method to,
No, he's
he's just
pure chaos.
insane.
yeah, but he's got like no tools.
But he usually, I mean, he uses
got a
guns
pencil
and
or something.
stuff.
He's got some
Yeah.
pencils on him.
Yeah.
He's gonna show some people some magic tricks.
He's got his little flower patch that
Yeah.
like squirts acid in people's face.
Kingpin was one that I really
Mhm.
planned on drafting because he's. I mean, not only is he intelligent,
big
granted
dude.
that's not
Kingpin.
he's from Marvel.
Yeah.
He's like the big boss versus like Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Punisher and like that whole series. But he's just like crazy strong. He's not he doesn't have super strength. He's just like
A big dude.
I had Agent 47 from Hitman.
He's not a bad guy.
It depends on how you look at it.
He's the guy you're rooting for.
Sometimes. I mean, he's a hitman. He literally goes around and just like kills people for
Yeah,
money.
but he kills the bad guys. He is the good guy in that movie. Like I'm not saying he's a good
Yeah.
guy, but in the movies he's the good guy.
And my last pick was Shan Yu from Mulan. Shan Yu. He's the Attila,
Hun.
Attila the Hun guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're the Huns or not. Yeah, they're the Huns. That's
Yeah.
what's in the song.
it's in the song.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would all those people would get roasted immediately.
yeah, yeah, I know. Felt like I had all these good picks lined up, and then it just all went to crap. So, all right, well, that's gonna do it. Don't go to Twitter this week.
Go to Twitter.
and
Vote for
don't
me.
vote.
Vote for John.
Vote
Let
for
me win
anyone
one.
but John.
Let me win one.
Yeah.
A fight one. I win some of the other ones.
And then if you missed it, if you didn't catch the video that came out last Thursday, NFL draft,
Glorious.
we put out a video
Pure
of
athletes.
a little makeshift NFL combine that we did, the three of us.
Raw athleticism.
Well, I mean, by this time next week, or
I mean, we'll
when
be on
people are
some
listening,
NFL team.
yeah, maybe Matt LaFleur was like, you know what, that John Lawler guy can hit a standstill trash can 20% of the time from 20 yards away. Like he's our guy.
Yeah.
Will he be
Yeah.
able to see over the line?
Maybe.
No.
Yeah. Well, go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. And we're at Third Party Observers. So we'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.